Welcome back to NYSE TV Live. I want to give you a quick sense of the markets and what traders exactly have in store, investors overall. Now that trading has officially opened for this Thursday morning, we've been tracking to see if the S&P 500 inches a little bit closer to its all-time highs, which it is at least getting closer. Currently up the index 0.3% to about 6115 or so. Comparable story for the Dow 30 components as well as the Russell 2000 right now, which is in positive territory as well. Of course, here in the world of the financial markets, we track 11 sectors of the S&P 500, and right now 10 of those 11 are in positive territory. The laggard there looks like shares of real estate stocks are down about 0.6%, but otherwise we've got energy stocks, utilities, materials, you name it. Most of the 11 are in positive territory. As for the Dow 30 components, we got the vast majority of the Dow 30 in positive territory as well, but it does appear off the open we've got 6 of those 30 components in negative territory. The laggard of the bunch appears to be CRM, but the big winners include Amgen, Boeing, and United Healthcare. We now want to bring in our next guest who joins us here in studio this month. Luminance debuted, and joining me here is Eleanor, Lightbody CEO of Luminance. It's great to have you here. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, a very busy day, a lot of moving pieces here on Wall Street, so very grateful you're able to pop on a little bit early with us. You have a new AI tool. It's called Deep Insight. Talk to us about it, the regulatory response, and what should people know, Eleanor, if they're otherwise a little bit unfamiliar.
Absolutely. So this is super important, not just for Luminance, but for the future of AI-powered business intelligence. What that means is that we are expanding our legal grade AI to help businesses essentially make faster decisions. And it allows them to use AI to pull in data feeds from external sources, and then the AI will advise them on steps that they can take. So a good example would be the tariffs. And the tariffs are changing, or have been changing, I suppose, on a weekly basis. And now, using Deep Insights, you not only get an understanding of what's in your contractual landscape, but you can pull in data feeds that can then tell you your risks are here, this is the new cost of the tariff for these suppliers, and it then goes one step further and it gives you suggestions on what to do next. So work that would have taken weeks now takes 30 minutes.
What has most surprised you about the way that you are able to leverage and use artificial intelligence for these purposes?
I think just how they've moved from just kind of extracting key information within contracts, which obviously is super powerful and useful, but now how they're able to understand complex tasks, complex regulatory changes, and they're able to advise you. And the advice that they give you, obviously depending on the data source that gets fed in, is super useful. And almost the depth of the advice has been so surprising.
And I wonder what you hear back from your client base. What are the biggest pain points that they have? And really, what are the gaps in the overall marketplace that you feel you and your company are uniquely situated to address?
So every single company in the world, I suppose, is broken down into contracts, people, and processes. And one area that a lot of people are talking about is how can we use AI to automate a lot of the work that we're doing with our contracts. If you think about it, second by second, teams are receiving contracts, they're reviewing them, they're processing them, and they're deciding what to do with them. That, at the moment, still is very manual. It's time intense, it's costly, and they're coming to us and saying, can we use your AI to automate a lot of this? So that's the original thing that we are helping our customers, including the likes of AMD, the likes of DHL. But now they're coming to us and they're saying, we don't just want this for one area of contracting. We want this across the board. So we want to use our technology for creating a contract, negotiating a contract, and then finding any information that exists within my existing contractual landscape.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine overall legal tech as a landscape is subject to a lot of disruption in the AI space. And what gives you most confidence or hope that your product is set apart from other competitors in a landscape that is seemingly changing, I would say, by the day, but I'd imagine with how fast AI is moving, maybe it's changing by the hour.
It is moving very fast, and what I think is so exciting for us is that we are, our ARR has grown 6x in the last 2 years for the corporate product. And if I look at our usage, just this year alone, the questions that are getting asked on our AI platform has increased by 40x. So anyone can trial our product for free. We're winning in the market, and customers are adopting us over kind of point solutions because they really want something that can, as I said, capture the end-to-end needs of contracting.
Are there ways outside of the legal pathways we've talked about, legal services, where you find people gravitating and using your core products?
So our customer base, we have customers in all different industries. As I mentioned, you've got the likes of AMD, but you also have the likes of Hitachi, Panasonic, many others. What we're now starting to see is that our customers are coming to us and saying, you've done such an incredible job with helping us with our legal contracts. What we want to do now is, can you help us with compliance? Can you help us with procurement? Because actually there are a lot of legally adjacent use cases that us and other teams are responsible for, and we feel that you could be super helpful and beneficial. So we're looking at expanding out from legal.
How do you navigate the compliance landscape country by country? I mean, we talk about so many publicly traded companies here at the New York Stock Exchange. Their roads for regulations can be so fundamentally different if they do business here in the United States versus the business they do in a place like Europe. How do you navigate those challenges?
You give it back to the customer. So you set it up so that the customer can decide, what is important for me in this region, in this market, what are the data sources that I want to cross-reference, and how do I, so fundamentally, you empower the user to make the decisions on what they need to see from the AI.
I'm about out of time. Quickly, how do you see AI for contracts going next?
Well, I think it's going to radically change the way that we think about contracts. I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and the way that we, at the moment, are processing contracts is that we typically get an email, we review it in Microsoft Word. That's all going to change with agents. With the way that we capture information and we review information and then decide what to do next, I think it's going to change dramatically from what we know today.
Yeah, congratulations on all of the success, and thanks a lot for taking the time to join us here today. It's great to have you. Eleanor, Lightbody, CEO of Luminance.